And we're live.
Good afternoon, participants. Welcome to the 2:45 session of the Urban Assembly SEL Symposium, Prioritizing SEL within Special Education. I hope all the professional learning today and sessions have been engaging and fruitful to you all. My name is Principal Christopher Duffy, and I am the proud principal of the Robin Sue Ward School for Exceptional Children, Public School 177 Queens in the city of New York. I am honored today to have my wonderful teachers, related service providers, and administrators present to show you the work we are doing around social emotional learning. The school community and I are so proud with the work we are doing with our special needs children. This work is so impactful for our children's lives, not just only inside our classrooms, but outside in our classrooms and community. Now, without further ado, I would like to introduce you to Assistant Principal of Public School 177 Queens, Dr. Michelle Dickerson, who will lead you through this session. Have an engaging and great session. Thank you.
Thank you, Principal Duffy. Good afternoon, participants. Thank you for the opportunity to participate in the 5th SEL Symposium with Urban Assembly. My name is Michelle Dickerson. I am one of the assistant principals of 177Q, and I am the proud assistant principal who have been a part of the PBIS SEL team for the past 18 months. Our work has been grounded in the 5 core SEL competencies, and we are extremely rewarded to serve our students in the capacity of promoting and teaching SEL learning skills for our students with disabilities. We primarily serve students with autism and intellectual disabilities. Our ages span from 5 to 21, and we are across 5 sites. And so as you participate in our session and you hear the presenters, please be aware that we have to give access to all our students across all our sites. And that is a challenge, but it's also been very rewarding to see how the team has brainstormed ways to promote social and emotional learning for our students with special needs. We are proud to say that our focus has been on our school-wide approaches. It has also included how we reach and give parents access to our strategies. And most importantly, our work digs very deeply into how do we adapt and differentiate SEL learning for our students with very unique special needs. And so our panel and our team is very large. It includes paraprofessionals, related providers, teachers, deans, counselors, parents, and every presenter will share a segment as to how we specialize these strategies to promote social and learning opportunities throughout our day, every day, in every way. We are also part of the collaborating with our inclusion sites, general education program. And so you will hear a little bit of how our program reaches far and large. We will now end as you participate and stay with us. At the end of our presentation, we are very proud that our speech and tech department has created a short video that will show our students participating in every strategy that our panel will present. So without much further ado, I will turn the mic over to Lucretia Kelsmer, one of our lead SEL PBIS teachers, to take you through the overview of what you will hear today. As you participate, please pause, reflect, and think of how what we're sharing with you, how it looks in your school a little bit differently, right? How do you promote and support students strengthening their skills in social and emotional learning? So we are very eager to hear and learn from you as well. Again, welcome to our discourse and have a great learning SEL journey with us today. Ms. Lucretia.
Thank you, Dr. Dickerson. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Lucretia Kelsma, and I am a special education teacher at P177Q. I teach children with autism in a 6-1-1 class at the elementary level. My students are both verbal and nonverbal and communicate using words, assistive technology, and gestures. As we return to in-person learning this year, we all experience students exhibiting more challenging behavior, adjusting to going back to school. We all realized that our students needed more support in social emotional learning. I would like to ask you to take a moment and look at this pyramid model, which is a continuum of school-wide instructional and behavioral supports. This model is a three-tiered approach of evidence-based practices for promoting children's healthy, social-emotional development. There are three tiers of support in social-emotional learning. At the bottom of the pyramid is Tier 1. This section in green addresses all students. In the middle, in yellow, we have Tier 2, which addresses at-risk students who are supported by our guidance counselors with small group and individual strategies. At the top of the pyramid, Tier 3 in red, are our high-risk students who are supported by one-to-one behavior support paraprofessionals. Today, our team is going to discuss and tell you about our school-wide Tier 1 supports that we use with our students. We have listed our P177Q Tier 1 supports on the bottom left of the green section of the pyramid. These supports include our PBIS program CARES, our SEL resources Rethink Ed, our mindfulness practices, the Leader Center, Panther Points, the PBIS portal, and virtual clubs. Our school has added another level of support to Tier 1, including parent engagement. Now, as you listen to our presentation of social emotional supports, I ask you to please pause and take a moment to reflect and think about the most impactful and effective supports that you have used in your classroom during this challenging year. Please take a moment and write your comments in the chat, as we would appreciate your input. We would love to know how you are supporting your students. We appreciate and thank you for your comments. At our school, we promote the 5 positive school-wide expected behaviors. CARES, communicate, achieve, respect, engage, and self-control. These behaviors support our school's mission and vision. All students receive direct, explicit teaching to communicate, achieve, respect, engage, and self-control. CARES reinforces the student's sense of personal responsibility by showcasing the 5 positive school-wide expected behaviors. CARES promotes the students' use of positive communication and social skills to guide them on how to interact effectively with others by demonstrating how to use these expected behaviors with both their peers and staff. We align these 5 positive school-wide expected behaviors to the 5 social-emotional learning core competencies for social-emotional learning. Every month, we focus on a different positive school-wide expected behavior. The highlighted behavior will align with more than one or all of the 5 social-emotional learning core competencies. Together, CARES and the 5 core competencies promote positive behavior intervention supports. Our teachers receive resources on how to utilize these documents in their classrooms at our cohort meetings and during professional development trainings. Our positive behavior intervention support framework includes a team-based approach to making data-based decisions for every student's behavioral and academic gains. Our 177Q PBIS team is a multidisciplinary team that consists of counselors, deans, teachers, paraprofessionals, related service providers, and an administrator. The team's mission statement is to address the social, emotional needs of all of our students. Our focus and priority are developing the students' social emotional learning skills and inspiring all stakeholders to be champions of the students' academic and behavioral successes. Let's stop now for another moment and think about supports that you have successfully implemented. Again, we'd like you to put your comment in the chats, as we'd love to hear from you. Thank you again for your input. Now, I'd like you to turn your attention to our graph. As you can see, the blue lines represent classroom attendance, and the red lines represent club attendance. Our data shows that classes with greater participation in virtual clubs in the Leader Center have greater overall monthly attendance. And now, I will turn the presentation over to Ms. Sonia Bauer, who will provide you with a calming mindfulness moment and demonstrate how we promote self-awareness and student engagement. Ms. Bauer.
Thank you, Ms. Kelsma. A very good afternoon, everyone. My name is Sonia Bauer, and I'm an occupational therapist at P177, School for Kids with Special Needs. I have worked with students with different levels of functioning and wide array of age groups and diagnoses. Practicing mindfulness has become an integral part of our school culture and school routine. Mindfulness is being aware of the present moment, being aware of what is happening around us, in our body, heart, and mind. Mindfulness helps us to cultivate an attitude of being non-judgmental and kind. Practicing mindfulness has helped me to face the challenges in life with more patience, confidence, grace, and empathy. Now, I will humbly request you all to please engage in the mindfulness moment exercise with the video that is going to be played now. Welcome to the mindfulness moment. Let's start by sitting on our chair comfortably. Please place both your hands on your lap. Now close your eyes, blocking out everything that surrounds you. Let's focus on our breathing. Inhale slowly through your nose and exhale through your mouth. Breathe in like smelling the roses, and breathe out like blowing out the candles. Let's take slow and deep breaths 3 times. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Now open your eyes and have a wonderful day. I have a question for the audience. Can you please write your comments in the chat regarding what kind of activities you practice for mindfulness? We will go through the comments at the end of our presentation. Thank you so much for your valuable time. I hope you were able to experience a state of calmness and tranquility with this mindfulness moment exercise. Now, I would like to introduce Ms. Teresa Kesamasima, who will be talking about mindfulness resources for staff and students and parent mindfulness support. Later on, you will see our school students practicing mindfulness exercise, and discussing how it enhances their social emotional well-being. Thank you. Ms. Teresa, welcome to the Mindfulness Moment.
Thank you, Sonia. My name is Teresa Kasamasma, and I am a teacher of a 1214 class for elementary age students with multiple disabilities. Every morning at our school, we practice a mindfulness moment, as Sonia has demonstrated. To support both staff and students, the PBIS team has provided a mindfulness menu which has videos and activities to demonstrate calmness, to relax the body and mind. These exercises help everyone become more aware of their needs and emotions and help to enhance everyone's focus. As we practice these positive behaviors in school with the lessons and activities from Rethink Ed, we also provide resources to parents, caregivers, families with the intention of carrying these skills into their homes and community. Parents are provided with a home connection letter indicating the monthly positive behavior and skills used in class. It also provides suggestions on what parents, caregivers, and families can do at home. They can access the same video at home that is used in class. They must have a Rethink Ed logon account to access these videos. This home version of Rethink Ed Pacing Calendar promotes adults' ability to appropriately read and respond to students' social cues and interact with students in ways that can help them be successful by teaching strategies to increase confidence and build positive self-esteem to achieve desired tasks. This Rethink Ed Pacing Calendar promotes adults' ability to show students how to use their social skills to interact effectively with others through actions and words by viewing videos, reinforcing strategies, and modeling positive behaviors. P177Q also provides monthly parent book club support group meetings. These parent social emotional learning support meetings are book readings presented by our parents. These book club sessions and discussions have been ongoing since November 2021. The featured book this month is I Am Love, a book about compassion. At a recent principals meeting, District 75 Superintendent Lusant recommended the book I Am Courage, a book of resilience, which we shared with our parents. I Am Courage is an empowering to encourage anyone to find their inner strength and recognize that they can conquer anything. And I quote from the book, I move ahead one breath at a time. I act with bravery. I am courage. Here is a little excerpt from this book for your insight and enjoyment. As you watch this video, think about how families reading books like this impact the classroom, school, and home.
Hello, awesome readers. Today we're going to be reading I Am Courage, a book of resilience by Susan Verde, art by Peter H. Reynolds. I am taking all book requests. If you have a favorite book that you would like me to read, please send me your requests. My email will be posted in the description below. When there are challenges in front of me, when I feel unstable, like I might fall, and I think about turning back or giving up, when my mind tells me I can't, I look inside myself and find the strength that lives deep down. And I tell my mind, yes, I can.
And now I would like to introduce to you Francine Lerner, who is going to discuss Rethink Ed for elementary school students.
Everyone. Thank you, Ms. Kasamasima. My name is Francine Lerner. I am a special ed teacher at P177Q. I teach students with autism at the elementary level in a 6 1-to-1 class. My students are both verbal and nonverbal. At our school, Rethink Ed provides targeted social emotional learning resources that include lesson plans, videos, and activities that align with our 5 school-wide expected behaviors: CARES, communicate, achieve, respect, engage, and self-control, and the 5 social emotional learning core competencies: self-awareness, self-management, responsible decision-making, relationship skills, and social awareness skills. Rethink Ed is a comprehensive, tiered K-12 program that promotes well-being, connectedness, and success by focusing on the entire school community and promoting healthy and confident students and adults. Each staff member requires their own individual logon. You can check with your school district to see if you can get access to Rethink Ed. Each month, we focus on a different positive school-wide expected behavior. For example, this month, our school-wide expected behavior is engage. This positive behavior aligns with social awareness and support systems in Rethink Ed and the core competencies of social awareness and relationship skills. They help students learn who to ask for help in their families and school. Teachers use the Rethink Ed social emotional resources to target specific social emotional skills for students at their appropriate developmental levels. Rethink Ed has organized its resources into grade bands: pre-K to 2, 3 to 5, 6 to 8, and 9 to 12. Teachers have been provided with these resources to use in their classrooms. Teachers do not have to stick to their grade band and can utilize and differentiate any materials to make them appropriate for their students. Now, please take a minute to think of a social emotional activity or activities that you use in your classroom and how you differentiate these activities to meet the needs of your students. Please share your responses in the chat. Thank you very much. Rethink Ed videos, lessons, and activities promote students' awareness of their needs and emotions by allowing them to view videos and participate in lessons and activities taught. Later on in our presentation, you will be able to see my class participating in a Rethink Ed lesson. These lessons reinforce students' use of positive communication and social skills to interact effectively with others by modeling the appropriate positive behavior. And now I would like to introduce Josephine Lepomi, who will speak about the Leader Center and our Panther point sheets.
Thank you, Ms. Lerner. Good afternoon. My name is Josie Lepomi, and I teach a high school 611 class at P177Q. My class is responsible for managing the school-wide Leader Center reward system. Our reward system allows students the ability to earn points and redeem rewards for exhibiting positive behavior from our school-wide expected behaviors visual CARES. Here's an example of our Leader Center showcase right here. The role of managing the Leader Center allows students to exercise and promote their social and emotional learning with a vocational focus. And I believe that our reward system incorporates all of the 5 social emotional learning core competencies, which include self-awareness, self-management, social awareness, relationship skills, and responsible decision-making. The Leader-Centered Reward System also promotes students' sense of personal responsibility, their positive behaviors, and actions by holding them accountable through a Panther points reward system. This system aligns with the responsible decision-making core competency. Here's an example of the Panther point sheets we use in our school. So throughout the day, students earn Panther points for demonstrating the 5 school-wide expected positive behaviors. Staff and/or students track and record their points for each period. Students can redeem their points weekly for a tangible item of their choice from the Leader Center Showcase, which was just seen, or they could save them for a later date. Our point system differentiates to meet the needs of all students in our school. Some students use a point system and some use a token system. Here we have an example of token boards for all classes. A token board allows students to earn points for positive behavior every 15 minutes rather than points every period or at the end of the day. This just helps students get more immediate reinforcement for their positive behavior. Here we have for all ratios. This is what I use in my high school 611 class, where students are accountable for their own points and they're able to tally up the points at the end of the day and for the week. So let's just stop and take a moment to think about this question. How are you incentivizing positive behaviors in your school? Please feel free to share with us in the comments section. We would love to hear what you do. Okay. The social emotional rethink ed lessons that I use in my classroom, they also align with the 5 social emotional learning core competencies. These lessons help support the students to run the school-wide Leader Center, and they provide students with the skills of confidence and a sense of personal responsibility that enable them to participate in the community. I would now like to introduce Ricardo Chiarello. He will talk about our PBIS portal and clubs.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Ricardo Chiarello, and I am the Technology Coordinator of P177Q. As a Technology Coordinator, one of my main objectives is to provide access for all staff to our PBIS behavior digital materials. What innovative ways are you using technology to promote positive behavior amongst your students? Please share in the chat. All of the content within our PBIS program was generated by our talented staff and is accessible to promote positive behavior school-wide. With the assistance of other teachers, we have created the PBIS portal, which enables staff to retrieve online point sheets and access instructional resources related to PBIS behavior management. Behavior charts, pacing calendars, and the mindfulness maps are all accessible within the PBIS portal. Our staff is also able to request earned rewards from the Leader Center using the online request forms. We have also created an online virtual space for PBIS clubs. Staff and students access PBIS clubs weekly and participate in many fun-filled activities such as music, dance, karaoke, and watching the latest movie. These activities are utilized across several sites and use video conferencing platforms such as Google Meet and Zoom. It has been an enlightening experience for me to participate and assist my colleagues in the current PBIS program here at P177Q. Thank you for having me part of the SEL Symposium, and now I would like to take it back to Dr. Dickerson.
Thank you so much, Mr. Chiarello. We will now share a brief segment of students participating in all the activities that were presented today. A special thank you to our talented speech and tech department for creating this video. And as you view this, our students engaging in all the wonderful activities you heard today, we would love to hear how your school promotes opportunities throughout the day for social and emotional learning among all your students. And before I end, I would like to give a special shout out to our club facilitators who over the past 18 months have given up of their time voluntarily to engage our students in virtual clubs weekly, where our students get to see old friends, make new friends. During COVID, you can imagine how significant this was. And the tradition and the culture has continued on, and it just continues to grow. So once again, we just have so many people to be grateful for that is now part of our SEL program. I will now ask Rick to share this great video of our students participating and enjoying our social and emotional activities.
Today, we are going to develop our social emotional learning at P177Q.
Hello, everyone. My name is 7 News. Today, I'm joined by Kevin, Nathaniel, and Madeline because today is SEL Day. And Mr. Kevin, you know what is SEL?
SEL means it's social emotional learning.
Right. And I have some free questions I want to ask you guys. So, what is SEL Jeopardy?
SEL Jeopardy is a game where students can answer questions, and we are teaching students about conflict and relationships.
What are some other activities planned for this special SEL Day?
Well, my favorite special activity is Mindfulness PBIS and Jeopardy.
What were some of your favorite activities and why?
PBIS, music clubs, and movie clubs, and karaoke clubs.
All right. Thank you all for coming.
Yes.
Thank you all for watching.
Some of my favorite activities that teach me SEL skill that I do every morning because it helped me calm my body. I also love our weekly club on Friday because I love to dance with my friends. I hope you enjoy our presentation. Goodbye.
We earn points by making good choices.
We take those points to the leisure center to get prizes.
Thank you, guys. Thank you so much, guys. Peace out.
I like clubs because I can see people who have graduated from the school, and I can let myself go and not have to be so serious and uptight as I am when I'm not at clubs.
I like to do music clubs because I like music songs. I like the lyrics. I know the artists. I know their names. I'm good in those lyrics songs. So it was okay.
I like to go to I see my. I love to pick a song and to see everyone in music clubs.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I like mindfulness because it makes me feel calm.
I like mindfulness because it gets me relaxed and focused, and it gets me focused on my work.
I calm down from my stress.
Bye.
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 Welcome to the Mindfulness Moment. Let's start by sitting on our chair comfortably. Please bring both your hands together and rub them back and forth 3 times. Now place both your hands on your lap. Close your eyes, blocking out everything that surrounds you. Let's focus on our breathing. Inhale slowly through your nose and exhale through your mouth. Breathe in like smelling the daffodils, and breathe like blowing candles. Let's take slow and deep breaths 3 times. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, out. Breathe in, breathe out. Now open your eyes and have a wonderful day.
What letter is this? C. And what does C mean, Donovan? And how do you communicate? You talk. Very good. Fion, how do you communicate? You point. Very good. And what does that mean, Donovan? What does it mean? I can do my best. Excellent. This month we're in April. We're talking about respect. And we're going to listen to a video about playing games with our friends. Donovan, what's something you can do? With your friend. What are they doing? They're on the swings. Very good.
What are some things that we can do with other kids? We can make something together, like an art project or a block tower. Pass the beanbag round and round. Pass the beanbag round and round. Pass the beanbag round and round. Pass the beanbag.
Welcome to our Leader Center. This is where our students come to exchange their point for reward. Hope you enjoy. See you later.
Welcome to the Leader Center. Here's your order.
Thank you.
Welcome to the Leader Center.
Thank you for participating in our SEL Learning Journey session today. We really hope that you were able to get some strategies or some ideas that you can also incorporate in your school. We're looking forward to hearing your comments, answering your questions so that we can also learn from you. We would like to pose 2 reflective questions before we end. The first question we would like your feedback on, if you can answer it in the chat, is which of the 5 core SEL competencies do you prioritize in your daily practice and implement in your teaching experiences throughout the day. Again, of the 5 SEL core competencies, based on your student population, which of those do you prioritize and target daily in your instructional practices? We would be very interested to see which of those you prioritize. And the final question is, as an adult learner, we would like to know which core competency, SEL competency, do you feel that you have great strength in? And which of the competency areas do you feel like you need more time to strengthen? So of the core competencies, where do you see your strengths as an adult learner? And which areas do you see needing more time to strengthen? Again, we thank you. We would personally like to thank our district for providing ongoing professional development. Our counseling department, our PBIS department really provides ongoing professional development to continue the work and sustain the work through the school. And again, we have countless number of talented staff, students that we are very proud to be a part of this journey, and we look forward to continuing on. Again, thank you, and I hope you enjoyed our SEL learning journey. Have a great afternoon.
Thank you so much, Michelle. This is Austin. I'm one of the SEL specialists for Urban Assembly. So we have 2 questions that I want to pose to you all from the questions and answers. We have a couple more minutes before we go into our next activity. So the first question is, how are you able to modify the needs of your students when teaching SEL?
Hi, Austin. I can answer that. It's Lucretia.
Hi, Lucretia.
Hi, in my class every morning, we start off with our mindfulness practice. And then after that, we go into our checking in with our emotions every day. After we do a check-in on to see how each child is feeling, we go through our whole CARES program. And since my students are a combination of verbal, nonverbal, they use devices, we use a lot of visuals in our classroom. We do a lot of exchanges between the students trying to help each other. And each child ask each other how they're feeling, and we work throughout the day on the SEL skills. It's not a one-time SEL period. It's an all-day activity. Throughout the day, we're constantly referencing our CARES program and asking children, hi, are you engaged? Are you acting respectfully? And our students really remember the letters, and throughout the day, they carry out our CARES program. So we're quite successful with it. We're quite happy with it.
Wow, that's such careful planning and commitment to the students. Thank you so much, Lucretia.
Also, in my classroom, as you saw in the video, some of my students are verbal. They have the CARES sheet in front of them, and we put it up on our smartboard. We go through every letter every day, and some of them can tell me what the C stands for. And sometimes I'll do it backwards. I'll say, if we say good, help, thank you, and please, what does that stand for? And they can tell me that stands for respect. Also, I have visuals. As you saw, one of my students is nonverbal, and I went around to him with pictures of ways we communicate, and he does a lot of pointing, and he was able to point to the picture of pointing for the way that he communicates.
That's great. Thank you so much for
that. It's very interesting. Our students, if we don't do CARES in the morning, they remind us. They're so used to it. They ask for it, and they get the binder.
Taking ownership.
Yes, they've taken ownership of CARES, and it's wonderful.
Absolutely. And my next question, my last question before we end, is from Miss Savannah Flakes. So she loved the book idea, Teresa. Are there any other book suggestions for secondary school? Or Josie, would you like to answer as well, either?
That's a great question. That book was recommended for our entire school up to age 21. We could do some research and get back to you on that one. That is a very good question.
I'm sure we have resources that we can get back to you. Just drop your email in the chat, and we'll be glad to get back to you.
Okay, wonderful.
Austin,
I
just want to end by saying, Austin, that the book Courage, was that the question? The book on courage? I Am Courage?
Yes, she loved the book.
Yes, so I would encourage the listeners to please listen to that book. It really speaks to adult. It's what we do is we take children's text and we listen to the adult message. And the adult message of resilience and courage is from birth to 104. So I encourage you to read that book, and I guarantee you will find as an adult learner, it applies to your everyday journey as well.
All right, wonderful. Thank you all so much for joining us today, or joining P717Q. And you all have a wonderful day, and head over to the next activity for the day. Thank you all.